The Angular 17 folder structure provides a well-organized layout for managing different aspects of an Angular application. Here's a breakdown of the main directories and files based on the provided listing. Root directory. .editor config, configuration file for defining coding styles for different editors and IDEs. .gitignore, specifies which files and directories to ignore in version control. Angular.json, configuration file for Angular CLI settings, including build and test configurations. Packagelog.json, automatically generated file that records the exact version of every installed package. Package.json, lists project dependencies and scripts for npm. readme.md, documentation file for the project. Server.ts, entry point for server-side rendering with Angular Universal. sconfig.app.json, TypeScript configuration specific to the Angular app. sconfig.json, base TypeScript configuration file. sconfig.spec.json, TypeScript configuration for unit tests. .angular directory. .angular/cache/17.3.8 contains Angular cache files for the specific version. Pet shop, subdirectory with build information. .sbuildinfo, cache file containing incremental build information for TypeScript. Vite, subdirectory with build artifacts for Vite, a build tool. Contains JavaScript bundles and source maps for Angular core, platform browser, router, and other chunks. Package.json, contains package metadata. _metadata.json, additional metadata for the build process. .vscode directory. Contains Visual Studio Code configuration files. Extensions.json, lists recommended VS Code extensions. Launch.json, debugger configuration file. Tasks.json, defines tasks for the build system. src directory. favicon.ico, icon for the browser tab. Index.html, main HTML file of the application. Main.server.ts, server-side entry point for Angular Universal. Main.ts, client-side entry point for the Angular application. Styles.scss, global styles for the application. src/app directory. Contains the main application components and configuration files. appcomponent.html, template for the main application component. appcomponent.scss, styles for the main application component. appcomponent.spec.ts, unit tests for the main application component. appcomponent.ts, TypeScript logic for the main application component. appconfig.server.ts, server-side configuration for the app. appconfig.ts, client-side configuration for the app. approutes.ts, routing configuration for the app. src/assets directory. .gitkeep, placeholder file to ensure the assets directory is tracked by Git even if empty. Overview. This structure helps in separating concerns, making the codebase maintainable and scalable. Each configuration file, component, and asset is organized in a way that facilitates development, testing, and deployment of the Angular application. The .angular directory holds build artifacts, while the .vscode directory contains editor-specific configurations. The src directory is the core of the application, containing both client-side and server-side code, along with assets and styles.